Louisville. Right on. Champion Louisville for 2008.
Welcome to Freedom Hall, the home of the World Championship Saddle Horse Show. Louisville is in the American state of Kentucky, renowned for its bluegrass and saddle horses. This year is the 105th World Championship Saddle Horse Show, to be held during the annual Kentucky State Fair in August. 2007 was a great year for South Africa, as a South African bred horse, Casey's Final Countdown, won the Grand Champion 5-Gated Championship. This is the highlight of every saddle horse show. This year saw more than 2,000 saddle horses compete, and amongst these competitors was television personality and host of the popular US TV show Queer Eye for a Straight Guy, Carslyn Cresley.
I got involved in saddlebreds because my family was in the Hackney pony business in the 50s and 60s, and we would, go to horse shows and see all the ponies, but we were like, wow, we want one of those. We want a saddlebred. So, here at Louisville, I'm just always impressed by the, the heart and the strength and the musculature and just, the show horse ways of the South African version of the American saddlebred. And, I think that it shows really well here with Carlswald's Prince Domino and Zorba and, Tango's Weepy and so many horses. And the thing that you realize about them is that they're just really strong, solid show horses.
The scene is set for another World Championship Horse Show, and for a bit of history and background on the event, the stadium and South Africa's involvement, let's go to the legendary Bill Munford.
We're here in Freedom Hall, which we feel is the greatest facility in the United States. It's the number of barns, the stabling, and the arena like this. And if you notice, they're putting in the dirt has already been put in, and they're putting in the top dressing now. There's, I think, probably 250 tons of dirt in here, and then probably 120 tons of the green shavings on top of that. And it's remarkable what we can do here and change over. There was a concert in here last night. It's all been converted. We know that many South African people have come over here and contributed to it. There's a lot of trainers from South Africa that are in the United States now. And I know there's a lot of from the States that go over to South Africa every year for the World Cup and all that. And there's a big relationship been established, and we've had several world champions that have won from South Africa. South Africa, there's more horses involved with the States, especially in the saddlebred, than probably any other country.
The first saddlebreds were imported into South Africa in the early 1900s. Since then, a lot of South African trainers and horses have found their way back to America and are successfully competing on the American Saddle Horse Show circuit. One of the last South African export products was First Night Out, a former reserve South African champion 5-gated horse, seen here with his South African trainer Neil Visser. For a quick word, let's go to Elizabeth Goth, current owner of First Night Out, for her view on his chances on becoming a world champion.
I've had a number of incredible horses. I've owned several World Grand Champions, Be Happy, Garland's Dream, Yes It's True, Hollywood Excellence, Cameo's Angel Wings. And to me, this horse has even more heart than any of those horses. I can't get over his stamina and his courage, and it's something amazing to be a part of and to see and to be around, and I really think that the South African horses are going to have a profound impact on these American saddlebreds. They're strong-boned, they have endurance capabilities that our horses don't have, they're much sounder individuals, and I'm really pleased that there's a lot of South African horses here now.
It's Sunday night and the opening night of the 2008 World Championship Horse Show. Judges and officials gather to prepare for the difficult task at hand. For the first time ever, a South African forms part of the judging panel of the World Championship Horse Show, Jean van der Walt, now residing in Portland, Oregon at Singing Hills Saddle Horse Stud.
Steve Buttleman handling the call for class number 1, Louisville for 2008. It is the 105th annual edition. We're underway tonight with the first of 25 for the weanlings. Tradition dictates that we open our World Championship Horse Show with the future stars of the American saddlebred industry, the beautiful babies performing in class number 1.
The first opportunity for South Africa to fly its colors in this year's show is in class number 1.
I'm in Heaven, presented by Joan Laurie, Julia Patton, and Kissing Away the Night.
The weaning class were the first offspring of South Africa's first night out. First Comes Love, also owned by Elizabeth Goth, is shown here.
Sired by Caliph, First Night Out, and out of the mare, Lenore's Prairie Flower. Tonight we welcome to the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen, from a field of 25 and a blue ribbon tonight, it's I'm in Heaven. Fourth in our class, entry number 309, First Comes Love.
Last night, his only foal on American soil was shown and was fourth out of a field of 25 weanlings. And I was so proud of her. I cried when I saw her come in the ring. She's really a wonderful filly, and very proud of her.
It's Monday night and the highlights of the Monday evening show, and the first qualifying class for Saturday night's 5-gated championship is the Stallion 5 years and over stake. Will it be Red Hawk with Bill Schoeman or number 308, First Night Out with South African trainer Neil Visser, with owner Elizabeth Goth Galberg cheering him on from the stands?
Slow gate, please. Set up the stallions tonight. And slow gate.
The judges asked the horses to slow gate, and it is Neil Visser who has First Night Out, high in the bridle with ears pricked, showing good form to impress the judges. As the judges ask the horses to rack, we see Red Hawk with South African trainer Bill Schoeman coming past at speed.
Runners, thank you.
After the horses turn around to do the same 5 gates in the opposite direction, it's First Night Out again leading the pack without putting an ear back to become the 2008 World Champion 5-gated stallion.
Second victory. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much with that victory pass.
I thought he felt real good from the start. He warmed up really nice. I thought he would make a good show because he's normally real bright when he shows. He's a real game horse. And I thought, the way he warmed up, I thought he would be good. He's always real bright with his ears and all that. So I think of South Africa's especially got a lot of really good 5-gated horses, and of which he's one. And there's several other horses here from South Africa that's also really nice. So and the stallions here, especially, I think the stallions will make a big difference to the breeding industry in the United States. The studs that's come over from South Africa. So
I'm so proud of him. I thought he made an excellent show. Never put a foot out of place. Really had a lot of brilliance and animation. I was so happy. Really, really thrilled with his win. And I've actually I've owned 3 stallions that have won the Will Shriver Stallion Stake. And this win meant the most to me. So I'm very, very happy. It's my boy.
Nee, ek het 'n baie goeie ry gehad. My perd was reg. Hy was bietjie te veel perd geweest. Ek dink hy het 'n baie goeie kans Saterdag aand om iets te doen.
Another South African entry, Zoltan Zorba, with owner Margaret Biggs from Canada showing. The pair claimed the reserve world champion three-gated show pleasure title.
I don't know what my chances are for Saturday, but I'm glad it's over today. We had a really lot of variables today. New horse, second show with him, probably the third time I've ridden him. And he was just a superstar. He took care of me. I had an injury a week ago, and I've been suffering from it still, but we wrapped it up, and he took care of me real well. We had a lot of variables and a lot of things working against us, and we're just really glad to be here and be a part of the show and be a part of this production. So we're really happy, and we thank you so much for coming all the way down here. And I'll tell you, the South Africans make some fantastic animals. They are just brilliant, and we're very happy to be a part of your production and your world over there, and I wish you guys all the best in the future. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like a good South African horse. It's very good.
Princess Domino, the former South African Grand Champion and Reserve World Grand Champion, is shown at this year's show by owner Dr. Wendy Troyer to become the Reserve World Champion 5-gated amateur gelding.
Well, we warmed up out here out in the warm-up ring. It was a bit of a tricky warm-up, and he can get going pretty good. You're never quite sure how that's going to correlate with the ride in the ring. So, but Paul timed it perfectly. We got into the ring right when we wanted to, right when we got up to the top of the chute. And I knew as soon as he hit the ring it was going to be a good ride. He pretty much most of the time, if I stay out of his way, he gets it done. He needs a little help staying and put together, and the first way of the ring is usually telling how the rest of the class is going to be, because that's his, that way is not as good as the second way. But he kept it together, and really nice rack the first way. We turned around the second way, had a break in the class for somebody to fix a shoe or something. And he doesn't usually like that too much, so sometimes we have to find some activity for him to do to keep him happy when he likes to go. So after that, we did the rest of the round, and it's the best ride I've ever had on him. It was great. Wouldn't trade it for the world. The South African horses just, they're game, they're tough. This horse is 14 years old. He's got 3, 4, 5 years left in him easily showing. He's not even tired. He just had the workout of his life, and he's not even blowing. He's got so much stamina, and he'll never quit on you.